Being 7:30, I'll call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call with supervisors, please.
Supervisors are present. Supervisors Brookhouse, Robinson, and Stocker are excused.
Moving on to citizens' comments. Are there any citizens wishing to speak? Please step up to the podium, give your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening. I'm Louis Regani. Live at 4526 29th Avenue, District 7. I'm a native of Kenosha. I want to get back to that. That's important to what I wanted to say. Okay, I'll just tell you now. When you go to, you meet a stranger, always ask where they're from. And this is the point of what I'm here for, which is a thank you to the county and the city for making the community as good as I can remember it after all my years here. And when you ask them where you're from originally, they'll be surprised. But 9 out of 10, well, I don't know about 9 out of 10, but often, let's put it that way, you'll hear them say they're from somewhere else. That's very important because they came here to live here because they like it here. And so do I. I've never liked it better than over the past few years, and that's because of what you're doing. You've done the right choice, the city has done the right choice. And people in the state who see what we have done, they've done the right choice too. And I want to say thank you for that once again. And by the way, wish you and your family the very best for the holiday on this Thanksgiving. But I remember years ago when this was a heavy industrial town, and everybody had ideas what to do next. Whatever happened, I remember Walter Winchell, I'm that old, got on his radio show and said if this merger between Hudson and Nash doesn't happen, or if it fails, quote, Kenosha is going to be a ghost town. Some ghost, huh? We're really doing well, and that's because we've done a lot of right things. I mean, you look outside, people come here, Illinois, plates, they're coming here, professionals, educated professionals, because they like what we're doing. They're buying homes. Home sales have never been higher. And that's a great thing. And that's one reason we're getting these postcards. Will you sell your house? Sure, you buy a house from somebody today, and a year from now you can make a ton of bread from the natural appreciation, providing that continues. I predict it will. We've done a lot of good things, and we're continuing to do things I see. Sure, you have squabbles here, city council and citizens come up maybe and say things that surprise you. Maybe I'm surprising you, because I'm here with a compliment tonight. But you deserve it, because with all the ins and outs and the coffee time meetings and all that, we're doing a lot of things right. And my point is, keep it up. This is the kind of a town and county that people want to live in. Here, think of the worst community, don't say it, the worst community, put it in your mind, that you can think of. Pick a couple, keep it to yourself. All we have to do to stay good and to stay growing and to stay on the right track to being the kind of a place that people want to live in is to look at those places, those 1 or 2 towns you thought of and keeping to yourself out of fairness, and look what they did to get that way. And all we have to do is don't do that. I want to say thank you for doing everything. The city, what they're concerned for, single-family housing, quality housing, good neighborhoods, a vibrant community, a high spirit that tomorrow is going to be even better. That's what I see here. I say thank you for all you've done. And to coin a phrase, keep up the good work. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your families.
Thank you. Any other citizens wishing to speak? Any other citizens wishing to speak? Any other citizens wishing to speak? Seeing none, citizens' comments are closed. Announcements of the chair. Just a friendly reminder, if you are going to the holiday party, please RSVP and pay to the clerk's office so they can have an accurate count. And moving on to supervisor reports. Supervisor Grady.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a little notations, updates from Public Works. I could go into quite a dissertation with all the different departments we have in Public Works, parks, facilities, highways, golf, but we'll make it reasonably brief this evening. The golf courses are officially closed. Saturday was the last day. It was a beautiful sunny day, and I'm pleased to report to you that Petrifying Springs, they ran out of golf motorized carts. That means that they were all out on the course. There was a full closing day, and we're very, very happy for that. Speaking of Public Works, we will have our committee meeting on the 24th of this month. I encourage you to attend if you would like to. And just as a matter of housekeeping, I will announce at this time, I will be seeking an additional term as County Board Supervisor. I'll be circulating nomination papers next month. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Supervisor Grady. Any other supervisor reports? Seeing none, supervisors' reports are closed.
New business, Resolution 151 from the Human Services Committee, a resolution to approve the appointment of Richard Ferrari, trainer, as the Director of the Division of Health Services Health Officer. This passed unanimously at committee.
Supervisor Franco.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Resolution 151.
Moved by Supervisor Franco, seconded by Supervisor Kirby. Supervisor Franco.
Yes, the Human Services Committee voted to approve the appointment of Mr. Richard Ferrari, trainer, as the Director of the Division of Health Services Health Officer. Mr. Trainer has a broad background from his time in the United States Peace Corps and as a commissioned logistics officer in the Wisconsin Army National Guard. He's worked with children and families and has worked with the Department of Children and Family Services with seniors at the Milwaukee Department on Aging and with all ages at the Milwaukee Health Department. He has a master's in social work and a master's in public administration. The Human Services Committee voted unanimously in support of his appointment. We ask for the board's support.
Thank you, Supervisor Franco. Any discussion on Resolution 151? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Resolution 151 passes unanimously.
Resolution 152 from the Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee, a resolution to approve the appointment of Tip McGuire to serve on the Kenosha County Local Emergency Planning Committee. This passed unanimously at committee. Supervisors Garcia and Morrissey were excused. Supervisor Gray was unexcused.
Supervisor Belsky.
I move Resolution 152.
Moved by Supervisor Belsky, seconded by Supervisor Franco. Supervisor Belsky.
This resolution approves the county executive's appointment of Representative Tip McGuire to serve another 3-year term on the Kenosha County Local Emergency Planning Committee as the designated elected state official member. Representative McGuire has previously served in this role and will be succeeding himself. The Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee has reviewed and recommended approval. If confirmed, his term will run through December 31st, 2028, or until a successor is appointed and confirmed. He serves without compensation. I respectfully request the board's approval of Resolution 152.
Thank you, Supervisor Belsky. Any discussion on Resolution 152? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolution 152 passes unanimously.
Resolution 153 from the Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee, a resolution to approve the appointment of Brooks Litz to serve on the Kenosha County Local Emergency Planning Committee. This passed unanimously at committee. Supervisors Garcia and Morrissey were excused. Supervisor Gray unexcused.
Supervisor Belsky.
I move Resolution 153.
Moved by Supervisor Belsky, seconded by Supervisor Carroll. Supervisor Belsky.
This resolution approves the county executive's appointment of Brooke Litz to serve a 3-year term on the Kenosha County Local Emergency Planning Committee, serving in group number 4 community groups. Mr. Litz is succeeding himself and currently serves as the vice chair of the Local Emergency Planning Committee. He brings extensive first-hand emergency response experience, including 17 and a half years as a firefighter paramedic with numerous technical certifications. The Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee has reviewed and recommended approval. It confirmed his term will run through December 31st, 2028, or until a successor is appointed and confirmed. He serves without pay. I respectfully request the board's approval of Resolution 153.
Thank you, Supervisor Belski. Any further discussion on Resolution 153? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolution 153 passes unanimously.
Resolution 154 from the Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee, a resolution to approve the appointment of Chris Breidelman to serve on the Kenosha County Local Emergency Planning Committee. This passed unanimously at committee. Supervisors Garcia and Morrissey were excused. Supervisor Gray unexcused.
Supervisor Belski.
I move Resolution 154.
Moved by Supervisor Belski, seconded by Supervisor Carroll. Supervisor Belski.
This resolution approves the county executive's appointment of Chris Breidelman to a 3-year term on the Kenosha County Local Emergency Planning Committee, serving in Group 5 EPCRA facilities. Mr. Breidelman is succeeding himself and brings a strong background in information technology, manufacturing operations, emergency response planning, and disaster recovery preparedness. He also has prior EMT experience and serves as a leader on his company's emergency response team. The Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee has reviewed and recommended approval. If confirmed, his term will run through December 31st, 2028, or until a successor is appointed and confirmed. He serves without pay. I respectfully request the board's approval of Resolution 153.
Thank you, Supervisor Belski. Resolution 154.
Resolution 154, excuse me.
Thank you, Supervisor Belski. Any further discussion on Resolution 154? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolution 154 passes unanimously.
Resolution 155 from the Judiciary and Law Enforcement and the Finance Administration Committees, a resolution to approve the appointment of Ruth Dyson to serve on the Kenosha County Civil Service Commission. This passed unanimously at both committees. Supervisor Garcia and Morrissey were excused. Supervisor Gray was unexcused from the Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee.
Supervisor Belski.
I move Resolution 155.
Moved by Supervisor Belski, seconded by Supervisor Gens. Supervisor Belski.
This resolution approves the county executive's reappointment of Ruth Dyson to the Kenosha County Civil Service Commission for a new 5-year term. Ms. Dyson is succeeding herself and currently serves on the commission. She is a lifelong Kenoshan and alderperson for the city of Kenosha, bringing continued public service experience to the role. The Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee and the Finance and Administration Committee have reviewed and recommended approval. Her term will run through December 31st, 2030, or until a successor is appointed and confirmed. She serves without pay but receives a per diem, which is statutorily required. Civil Service Commission members receive a per diem because their duties are quasi-judicial. They conduct hearings, make binding personnel decisions, and county policy provides per-meeting compensation for that work. I respectfully request the board's approval of Resolution 155.
Thank you, Supervisor Belski. Any further discussion on Resolution 155? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolution 155 passes unanimously.
Resolution 156 from the Judiciary and Law Enforcement and the Finance Administration Committees, a resolution to accept COPS Safer Outcomes Grant, enhancing de-escalation and crisis response training. This passed unanimously at both committees. Supervisor Carroll was excused from the Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee.
Supervisor Belski.
I move Resolution 156.
Moved by Supervisor Belski, seconded by Supervisor Gens. Supervisor Belski.
This resolution authorizes Kenosha County to accept a $66,448 federal HOPS grant to support de-escalation and crisis response training for the Sheriff's Office. The grant funds will be used to purchase 2 brine ball throw phones and 2 years of data service, allowing FBI-trained negotiators to maintain safe two-way communication during high-risk incidents. 2 instructor-level force science training courses, which will certify staff to provide research-based de-escalation training to patrol deputies and correctional officers. The initiative initiative strengthens communication. I have to get a drink. This initiative strengthens communication, reduces use of force risk, and expands department-wide de-escalation capabilities. No county tax levy dollars are required. The grant increases both revenue and expenditures by the same amount. I respectfully request the board's approval of Resolution 156.
Thank you, Supervisor Belski. Any further discussion on Resolution 156? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Oh, sorry, this does require a 2/3 vote.
Resolution 156 passes unanimously with 20 votes. Resolution 157 from the Judiciary and Law Enforcement and the Finance Administration Committees, a resolution to approve fiscal year 2026 Office of Emergency Communications and Interoperable Radio Grant Program. This passed unanimously at both committees. Supervisor Carroll was excused from the Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee.
Supervisor Belski.
I move Resolution 157.
Moved by Supervisor Belski, seconded by Supervisor Gens. Supervisor Belski.
This resolution authorizes Kenosha County to formally express its intent to participate in Wisconsin's upgraded statewide public safety inoperable radio system known as Wiscom 800. To qualify for 2026 inoperable radio grant, the state requires that the county board adopt a resolution committing to 1, join the new statewide inoperable radio system when available, I'm saying interoperable, and 2, provide a 20% local match toward any grant funds awarded. Key points are the 20% match will come from existing 2026 budget allocations, making the project budget neutral with no additional tax levy impact. Grant funds will be used to complete flash upgrades to mobile radios and command vehicles to ensure full capability with the Wiscom 800 system. The grant performance period runs from May 1st, 2026 through May 1st, 2027. Participation ensures continued reliable interoperability with state and regional public safety partners. I respectfully request the board's approval of Resolution 157.
Thank you, Supervisor Belski. Any further discussion on Resolution 157? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolution 157 passes unanimously.
Resolution 158 from the Judiciary and Law Enforcement and the Finance Administration Committees, a resolution to approve Axon body cameras. This passed unanimously at both committees. Supervisor Carroll was excused from the Judiciary and Law Committee.
Supervisor Belski.
I move Resolution 158.
Moved by Supervisor Belski, seconded by Supervisor Gens. Supervisor Belski.
This resolution authorizes a 10-year contract with Axon Enterprise to modernize the Kenosha County Sheriff's Office technology platform, including new body-worn cameras, in-squad cameras, and Taser 10 devices. Draft 1 AI software, which assists with report drafting, automated license plate recognition systems, cloud-based digital evidence storage and management, maintenance, refresh cycles, warranties, and full technical support. The Sheriff's Office currently uses Axon for taser devices, but uses a substandard outdated body camera system. This upgrade brings all the tools, cameras, tasers, digital evidence, and AI software onto one integrated platform, improving reliability, officer safety, and operational efficiency. Benefits include stronger accountability and transparency, better crime solving and evidence handling, improved interoperability with regional law enforcement partners, reduced risk of litigation due to clear, high-quality recordings. The contract total is $12,283,125 over 10 years. Finance has reviewed the fiscal structure, noting that hardware can be capitalized, software treated as an operating expense, and payments begin in 2027. No 2026 budget modification is needed. I respectfully request the board's approval of Resolution 158.
Thank you, Supervisor Belsky. I do see discussion on this item. Supervisor Grady.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It was encouraging to have a good turnout at the Committee of the Whole to discuss this Axon proposition. I'm in support of it. One of the items that came up was the storage capability. Axon partners with Microsoft for data storage, and it was my impression through questions that were being asked that it was unlimited data for the entire 10-year period at no additional charge that would be part of the package, which I think is good. It's a positive thing. A subsequent question that's come up, and if anyone here can answer the question, I'd be pleased to have the answer to that. For what period of time would we have data retention starting with our contract with Axon? So if someone in the room can answer that question, please, through the chair, I would ask that question.
Good evening. So I believe your question was the retention from Axon from the start of the contract? It would be immediate. So we would, so are you referring to the data that we're going to accrue with Axon or the current vendor?
It would be more specific to our beginning of the contract with Axon, the data that was uploaded to the Microsoft Cloud, how long that would be retained within the cloud system, their partnership with Microsoft. How long is there going to be held?
So through the term of the contract, for sure, but there's record retention periods that things will drop off if they expire with the county ordinance of the records retention. But post-contract, it would just depend, right? It's just like our current vendor, right? We're the owners of the data.
Right.
We would have to migrate it to a server or to a new vendor at that point.
So it's probably more of a question for the Axon people because they're more, in tune with the whole thing. So not to put you on the spot, not to delay it because I don't think that's appropriate. It's more to the point that could we just have an update or a summary from Axon as to the length of time that that data would be retained. So for the future.
He's here.
Okay.
So we brought reinforcements.
Hi there. The data would be retained throughout the term of the agreement. If you do terminate at the end of the agreement, we would hold that for 30 days roughly and work with you guys to get it off of the system in your hands so you have control over it. But that's essentially the...
So is that stated in contract form? Would that be a part of the contract?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Those are my questions, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Grady. Thank you, Chief Deputy Miller. Any other questions regarding Resolution 158? All right, seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Communications, 115, communication from Andy M. Bueller regarding future items scheduled before the Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee.
Receive and file.
The approval of the November 4th, 2025 public hearing, annual meeting, the November 5th regular county board meeting, and the November 10th Committee of the Whole minutes by Supervisor Franco.
Supervisor Franco.
I ask for the approval of the November 10th, 2025 Committee of the Whole minutes.
Moved by Supervisor Franco, seconded by Supervisor Franco.
What's that?
Would you please state November 4th, November 5th?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Approve the minutes for November 4th, for November 5th, and November 10th committees, and the November 10th Committee of the Whole.
Thank you, and seconded by Supervisor Morrissey. Any further discussion on these items? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Motion to adjourn by Supervisor Decker, seconded by Supervisor Nordigan. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.